Joey, I don't want to freak you out. You want a TV show with Sir Lenny Henry?
Oh, you guys.
All beginnings. All ends.
Hi, Lenny. I think you're so cool. Want to hang out later, maybe? We brushed shoulders like this for a day. I was doing my last day of shooting on Blood Origin, and you were very lovely. Came over and said hello, and I was kind of able to watch a bit of his filming, which they've all cut, because it was so brilliant.
It was so bad.
We had to reshoot. It wasn't bad.
And it was a song and dance number, that's what's so embarrassing.
It was literally singing a whole scene for a whole day, and then we all said, we don't want to open the show like this. Let's do it again in 6 months' time, whilst Joe was shooting the season.
No, but you were very lovely on the day when I met you, so it's nice to be here.
I was wondering what was a more surreal costume fitting, Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, or The Witcher, Blood Origin, because, I mean, they're outfits, aren't they?
Their outfits. The search for the correct costume for Balor was hilarious. And there might have been some pictures of me in the papers where the paparazzi shot me when we were in a field with some horses one day where I was wearing a Harlequin suit. And that went out the window, that costume.
Hey, you still like it?
I don't know.
Pyjamas,
I wear it for fun and games at the weekend. But when Lucinda said, I think it's going to be this, and she produced the black thing, I went, oh, that's cool.
Tasty.
That's nice. Because the minute you're in your costume, you suddenly, if it's the right one, you suddenly,
And the staff?
yeah. So Battle was kind of, okay, this is going to be cool. This guy's going to be amazing. Look at this. He's got a cloak that follows him around.
I've returned.
So Joey's told me stories about him being on the tube and, you know, fans going all the time. I was wondering, it wasn't bad, right? It was pretty good.
It's him following you around.
It's him, isn't it?
Every
I
day.
can tell.
If we could be cooler. I was just wondering whether there were friends and family of yours, Lenny, that kind of freaked out at the idea of you being part of the Witcher world.
My brother Paul knows it. My brother Paul watches sword and sorcery fantasy stuff.
Great.
But the rest of them, what you doing? Witcher? What is that? They're like that. And oh my God, when they see this, you're swearing a lot in this show, you know, there's a lot of swearing. You're killing up everybody, what's the matter with you?
That sounds great. You should have done the whole thing with that.
I've taken control of the entire continent. In chaos, the people will always choose order. No matter the cost.
It's like, you know, in the supermarket, people pulling out a tin of beans and going, quite a bit of that. But generally, I'm hoping that when it drops on Christmas Day, there'll be a reaction and I'll be
That's
able
the
to.
other side too. It is so different and wild and villainous and the detail and nuance you put into it. I think people are going to go, wait, hang on.
I mean, I will think twice about when I pick out that tin of beans and stare at you in the supermarket. It is him! It is me.
Told you.
I have a lot of free time.
7 warriors. Strangers to each other. Bound together to fight an unstoppable empire.
When did the idea of this show first start taking practical shape? At what point in the Witcher production saga did you go, we're going to do this?
I will say in fall 2019, so it was pre-launch of season 1. So one of the really interesting things about these books is that in the Mothership show, we're never going to be able to cover all of the material. There's so much stuff that we're not going to be able to get to. And so I called Kelly Lukenbiel, who's my executive at Netflix, and I said, I have this idea. I have this idea that we do lots of them, lots of little prequels and sequels and spin-offs that are these sort of 6-episode, close-ended stories. We can roll them out between seasons so that fans have something to look forward to, you know, because it's like 18 months between seasons. And I was like, I think this is a great idea. And I've always wanted to explore the conjunction of spheres. And she was like, great, let me stop you. Let's see if anyone actually watches the show. And people did. So it probably would have been like January 2020. She called back and said, let's start talking. Between that, I had written Declan, who was also obsessed with the conjunction of spheres, and said, any chance that you would want to do this for me?
Yes. Yeah, then about 2 weeks later, sitting in a cafe, and it all just came out onto a napkin with them, just like that, the names, characters, arcs, what they did. Ayla plays an instrument called nickel harp, you know, all this kind of stuff. So, never happened again. amazing. I think it was the perfect confluence of all the time on The Witcher, plus all those years that you think you were wasting reading fantasy books, and then it all comes out and goes, ha ha, it's paid off.
Yeah.
You better frame that napkin.
Exactly. I'm actually looking for it. I've got the text. The napkin is somewhere in the house.
gotta be
I'm gonna frame it.
Where do we shoot this though? Because it looks amazing. I want to go everywhere.
We shot it in a bathroom in Leeds. No, we shot a lot of it in Iceland, right at the beginning. We were being chased by COVID all the time. The country just had to shut down. It was great. But Iceland's amazing. You point a camera at a toilet in Iceland.
Another one.
It looks so scenic and beautiful. I want to cry.
Who's got the best audition story in terms of getting the gig in the first place?
Ooh,
Best audition story.
talked about our audition stories.
I'm imagining these were over a video camera sort of thing.
Yeah, mine was. Yeah.
Yeah, they were for
So you're in your kitchen giving it all that.
Oh yeah. We developed as we were talking about today. We had a lot of discussions about magical
Yeah.
hands. The
Yeah.
best way
Yeah.
to do magical
Others got awesome
hands.
stuff.
Is it a
and
finger,
is
2,
it
3,
two?
4?
Is it an angle? Is it not? Lots and lots of detailed discussion.
There's a word for it. It's like not finger popping, but there's like
Finger tutting.
tutting.
I've got a couple of friends that are actually really good at, well, that's like
Finger tutters.
tutting, but yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
they can do, not very well. Not very well.
It's a great 10 minutes on YouTube.
My viewing internet.
Did either of you feel like you may have got the gig because your ears are slightly elven already?
My ears aren't, so
They're just the
I'm being lumped in.
There's no. Don't do yourself down. There's a little bit of pull up here.
I have tiny, crisp-like ears.
Yeah,
Crisp.
yeah. I think I have the elven ears now of the pair now. I think.
Lawrence is realising that might have come into play. I, however, should
Yeah.
have just got the
There's an
job.
element of, yeah.
Because they're really trying to save money on the ear budget.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah, that's probably what it is.
Is there a best day and a worst day shooting this? Because you get to see incredible things, beautiful scenery.
I think my best day was when we had the fight scene with Michelle Yeoh.
Of course it
I
was.
mean, you've got me and you sat there being like, would you do the left hand? Or was it like...
Adam, just to doubly confirm, is it, so when do we go and then Michelle just needs to watch a whole long sequence once and she's like, I've got it. And then like,
Adam.
come on, big lad, hurry, it started. My favourite day, I think, on a sentimental note, was the first day I met the whole crew, which was my first day. It was in Meldov's cave, and I met, it was the first day the 7 were combined. Of course, I was planning on watching you get eaten, till Gwen said there was something special about you lot.
When?
Gwen.
And you're going to be in Comic Cons with these people for the rest of your life. So I hope you like each other. Yeah, it's got any good anecdotes? I will need at least 20.
Yeah, it's going to make me laugh first. I'm not usually one to gush over elves, but it's an honour to be part of you. Heard you killed 100 soldiers in Daywood after those Golden Empire wank stains burned down the Dwarven Bank.
Something like that.
It helped that the whole cave was real. None of that was CGI. It was all real.
It was a
It was
full-on
an
real
incredible
cave.
set.
I wanted to do an MTV Welcome to my crib.
Oh my
We were going
god.
to rent it out as an
We
Airbnb
were,
or something.
that was our
weren't we?
plan, so
Yeah.
we were like,
With
we're
those
waiting for
cocktails and
turnaround.
My sweet 16.
Yeah, it's in my crib. We got the
Yeah.
master up top.
Yeah, we
We
want
got the
mushrooms.
waterfall. Yeah. Don't even worry about it.
It's been days since we've had a hot meal.
A meal shared is a meal well seasoned, as my father used to say.
I mean, this is going to sound absurd, but like, you're watching 2-3 episodes of this on Christmas Day. Imagine. What would you suggest you watched afterwards? Surely there's some sort of Christmas tree.
Dark room and have a think.
Yeah.
Just chill out, get yourself a little
Mince pie.
maybe. Just calm down.
What?
There's a lot of fighting and swearing.
I
so
know. It's
what I
fine.
do is I sit in the room in the dark and cry for 20 minutes
Nice.
and then come out and
And
be
then
like, yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
I'll have another turkey sandwich. Thank you.
And I'll go and kill it myself. That's the kind of dude I am now. We watched 4 hours
What
of
about
this.
with your staff? They don't have at home.
Because I get my stuff.
You've got to stop.
My office wall, warding off evil as we speak.
And whenever somebody disagrees with you, you just point at the stop.
And they go,
Okay.
actually, Len, you're right. When they hear that noise, Len, you're right, yes, of course.
I mean, Joey doesn't get a loot. He doesn't get nothing. You don't get a doubloon, do you?
I get things.
Do you?
I get things. I get little presents.
Do you get a stop?
I got a warhammer at the end of season 3. I might be doing
This is gift item top troops.
I mean, that's not bad, is
You
it?
designed your staff and all the weapons in the show. Our armor came to me at the end of season 3.
Was it wrapped perfectly?
It was. I got it wrapped. It was wrapped rather suspiciously. I was a bit like,
It's not Lego.
exactly. It's a bicycle. And it's in the shape of a double clef, and it's got like the location of my music on the side of it.
Great.
It's
That's lovely.
It's really cool. I have no idea where to put it. I think it's on the piano. Maybe I'll put it in the bathroom. And then that'll get the most questions.
You put the Warhammer in.
Yeah, no, on the tannoy.
Oh, that's. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I was.
Really? So they saw you walk in and went, he's gonna
He's
love
gonna
this.
love this. And the worst thing is, I had my headphones in, and my friend had to be like, you know that, and I was like, it's fine. I'm listening to something.
This is a massive name drop, but I was talking to Christian Bale.
That was a heavy one.
It was a big heavy one, but he goes to weddings, and then obviously there's Huey Lewis in the news.
In '87, we released this the most accomplished album. I think the most masterpiece.
It's like, do you remember that film? Because it's not very fun. Let's not do American Psycho at a wedding.
Yeah, that's dark.
It's not playing it.
They should, because it's not just about the pleasures of performance, how they work with friends. It's also a personal statement about the band itself. Hey, Paul!
It's pretty
I thought you were going to say people went, Christian.
I would love to go to that wedding.
Good, wouldn't it?
fun.
It's not even
Down
his
the
show.
aisle. Down the aisle.
That's not even my Batman. Come on, Christian. I love this song.
Biff! Pow! I'll wrap up with 2 questions, I think. Well, one's just a point. Congratulations to whoever in the second series put in the game down the tree.
So it's very interesting because there's many more of those Easter eggs to come. Because obviously we know that our Witcher fan base comes from everywhere, but like the games are what people really know, and certainly what they sort of visually connect to the material. So we love an Easter egg.
I'll leave you with this, Lauren, and it's hopefully a funny one, but did you put Liam in a bath for the screen test? Because he did. Yes, it's right.
I was going to say, God, see, where were you before we had those conversations?
Didn't you say you could be on that?
Well, that's actually what we require when we have people audition. No, Liam's great. He's going to be fantastic.
In a bath or not?
I mean, we'll try to make it work. It's The Witcher.
Thank you guys, congratulations.
Thanks, Lenny.
And I've got to tell you, the enthusiasm and happiness feeding off of you has made my day.
Ah, good.
Yeah, good.
Thanks, my friend.